Christians tend to say the Lord has many names and it's family Jehovah Jireh is one of the names. But this is why this was named Yahweh.
It says Yahweh, the definition here, Yahweh will see to it. He will see to it, or he will provide.
Right. And like the Lord did, he provided a lamb instead of his son Isaac. Right? So that is why it was named Yahweh.
Because ultimately the action of Isaac, if he can receive it, Isaac was the Lord, right? But it just was not his time. It was not his time to be the sacrifice, right? That was you know, I remember when I saw a Catholic church, they have that saying that they say, right? Oh Lamb of God. Yeah, I like. Nah, go ahead, because the sun will come. Right? O Lamb of God that take away the sins of the earth. Right? But when you go into it, the Lord himself, because the Lord visited Abraham. Right? So let's go into it. Let's go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
There's Hebrews chapter 11, and starting at verses 17. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that the Most High Yahweh was able to raise him up even from the dead.
Read over that part again to the top. That he offered up his only begotten son.
Hebrews 11 and verse 17. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son.
He offered up his only begotten son. Who else was called the only begotten? Yahweh Shai. So read 1 Corinthians 2 and 14 from above.
In the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 14, it says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh, but they are foolishness unto him.
Because they are foolishness unto him. And what he things of the Spirit? What is Spirit in fact? John 6:63. The words of the Heavenly Father is Spirit. You see, this book, the Bible, is not like a regular novel. It's not like a regular magazine that you can just take up and read from beginning to end and just follow the narrative and voila, you get the understanding. The Bible is a book locked and loaded with spiritual nuggets, alright, with spiritual messages that you have to spiritually connect.
Right.
You understand? You have to be of the Spirit of the Most High to be able to decipher, decode this spiritual book. So that is what Apostle Paul is going into here.
This is Colossians chapter 1 verse 26. Outside of 25. Wherefore I am made a minister according to the dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of the Most High, even the mystery which had been hid from the ages and from generation, but is now made manifest to his saints.
Right? So the Lord's chosen. Right? But the scripture says what the Lord called the secret but his servant the prophets. That's right. And so the Lord says, Lord ain't gonna reveal the secrets to everybody. Right? When I reveal the same way he did it in ancient times, he had certain prophets like Jeremiah, Isaiah, right? Adam. Right? He revealed these things unto these specific particular people. Right?
That's right.
To teach the nation.
I have one more. It says verse 27, to whom God would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is a Mashiach in you, the hope of glory. Yeah. Right, so the mystery is for what? For us Israelites, foreigners. Right? So he sent forth men, he knew nothing strange. Aforetime, this is how he did. He sent forth his servants, the prophets on the highways and the byways on the street. Right? So this is the mystery that we're revealing, right? We're uncovering. Isaac, right? Which was the it was a similitude of things to come. He was the Lord. He came in reincarnation, is written all over the scriptures. When he came there, as the son of Abraham, the begotten, and the brother reading Corinthians. In Corinthians, they say we examine spiritual things with spiritual. Right? So we're watching the spirit of what happened with Isaac and the spirit of what happened when he came as the Lord to take away our sins.
Complete what the brother said as he brought out the word mystery in the book of Colossians. When they go into the word itself, and that what we do here at Great Millstone, a part of bringing out the understanding of the spiritual things within the Bible is going back to the original languages that these passages were written in. So you get the full essence of what was said. Because in the Apocrypha, which is books that they took out of the Bible, a book, notable one, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus tells us in the prologue of it, the things that were translated from its original tongue into another, which is mainly the Hebrew, does not have the same force in it. So sometimes to get the essence of a passage or a verse, you need to go back to the original word that was there and the definition of that word to understand the deeper mystery of it. So the word mystery, going back to the Greek here, is G3466, which is mysterion. Mysterion, it means a hidden thing, a secret mystery. It means religious secrets confided only to the initiated and not to the ordinary mortals. So this Bible isn't an ordinary book just given to ordinary folks, meaning not everyone could be able to take up this Bible and unlock the mysteries of it. The mysteries of the Bible were given to a particular group of men, were given to a particular group of people, right? That's why it says in Matthew the 13th chapter, as the Lord told to the disciples on their question that was asked, why are you speaking to the multitudes in parables? He said, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 9. It says, who had an ear to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
And now, let's not just fly over that first statement. He who had the ears to hear, let him hear. What do you think he's speaking of? The literal two ears with the cochlea inside? No. He's talking about the ears of understanding, that ear of perception, the ability to receive what he's about to say.
Because not all forget, because it says, my sheep is hear my voice.
That's right. Right?
It says, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you.
It is what?
It is given unto you.
So if it's not given unto you, you can't get it. He said, because it is given unto you, it has to be granted to you. But
because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
I thought everybody had a fair chance. I thought God literally wanted everybody. How is it we're seeing here that some people were given and some people were not? You see, they don't tell it raw like we do in church. They ain't gonna tell you that God has a chosen, and this chosen is who God's dealing with, and he's dealing with them only. This Bible is only for God's elect, the elect of the nation of Israel. Who's the real Jewish people? Well, not Jewish, right? But the Jews, Yahawada, right? Properly pronounced in Hebrew, right? Which represents mainly the top 3 tribes. When you say Jew, you're not talking about the entire nation. Jew came about, that title came about in the Babylonian captivity that we were under, right? And it's an abbreviation for the word Jewry. When you look up the word Jewry, it goes back to Judea. Judea, when you look on a map of our land, the land of Israel, it was at some time known as Judea. And when you know the history of that land, at a certain point, especially going back to 722 BC, there was a stripping of the northern kingdom of Israel based upon the split that took place after King Solomon's transgression. The northern kingdom of the nation of Israel went into captivity, went into Assyria. They were taken out of the land. So Judea, where the Jews dwelt, where those that were of Jewry dwelt, would have been predominantly made up of 3 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, Levi. So Jew, when they say Jew, they're just covering 3 tribes. Understand? But the true Jews today are the ones that the curses in Deuteronomy 28 perfectly fits from verses 15 on down. The ones that were carried in cargo slave ships as prophesied, Deuteronomy 28:68, the ones that had yokes of iron upon their necks, the ones that had to endure seeing their children on auction blocks.
Shalom.
Who is that? Which kind of people are to endure that? The Chinese? Which kind of people are to endure that? The East Indians? Who had to watch their children go on auction blocks? Who today, when they look at certain movies like Kunta Kinte, feel emotionally connected, feel emotionally teared up because of that type of imagery? Which kind of people? Now these Edomites might pretend to cry, alright, because they know what's coming to their ass.
So-called white.
Yeah, so-called self-proclaimed white man. Damn devil.
It says Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Was it number one lending platform? Was it number one lending platform? Banks. Go to the banks for a loan. They loan you. You have the ability to loan to a bank. You have the ability.
Not even you personally, as a nation.
God.
Like, anytime that we had Black Bank, never heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma? Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Black Wall Street. You can look up that.
21.
I just
Google that. That's just yeah. Because there's one famous one, right? That they actually is actually in the Constitution of America that they're not supposed to use the U.S. military on U.S. soil. They use the U.S. Air Force to come and bomb that city. It was a whole black-owned community, black-owned businesses, black-owned banks, black-owned everything. When they found out that it was us, they bombed the hell out of it. That was just one. They have many other cities. You see the city, remember they said that they had a whole big fiasco with a boat and a chair? In Alabama. Where they had some, a boat was coming into dock, a river boat. Was coming into dock and had some white water boat that was there, and the captain was radioing and telling them to move, and they didn't want to move. And then the was a junior captain was on shore, whatever. He said he went to try to get them to move, and then he got attacked by some people, and he picked up the hat, and then somebody ended up hitting a white woman on a chair or something like that.
All out brawl when it turned into a beat-up.
Right. The lake there, one of these stories that lake was one of the cities, right, that was black owned, where after they destroyed the city, they damn it and make it into a big lake. That's one of the things that they so used to do onto us.
Sunken cities.
Yeah, they just sink the cities. Right? Every time that we try, we come up, because we would do it on our own. We don't need them, but they need the narrative of y'all are what? Y'all are 3/5 of a man, because in the American Constitution, black people are 3/5 of a man. The descendants, slaves and the descendants are not men. We're not equal to any other nation on the earth according to them. Right? So it says what? He shall lend unto thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. When you observe what's going on. Right? White man come from where? But they have a woman, and I'm seeing her yesterday. I seen her on TikTok. She going anywhere in Trinidad.
Right, yeah.
From English. Yeah, I see she by where you was there now. I see her come out to the bus. She going anywhere, vibes on anybody. Nobody even have nothing. You have thing on TikTok where a white man going up and picture and thing, and they doing either thing.
That Jay go up there, that borderline. That's that borderline between Jay.
Which is the curse. Which is the curse. Right? Which I'll get into. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And there shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Right, so I'm jumping down. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, even his eye shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children which he shall heal. Right. And where you see that? When you watch shows like Maury, Jerry Springer, right? There were some good examples. Oprah Winfrey show back in the 90s. Some good show of these curses, right, being manifested amongst our nation, because you can actually get a ratio, a proportion of these things happening to so-called white people, so-called Jewish people. It doesn't happen. It happens to us.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 5. It says, "Now therefore, thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much, but bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put in a bag with holes."
Earn wages to put in a bag with holes. Tantamount you never have.
The Jewish people own the whole of America. They own Hollywood. They own New York. How could they be the people who are designed upon thee and thy seed forever? Now that forever was for an appointed time. Now that time is also declared. Give me that in 2 Ezra chapter 6. Right? The end and who is the beginning? Whose hand held first?
Book of 2 Ezra chapter 6. Verse 8, 7. It says, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times?"
Right, so of times, when you go into times, right, you go there eon, right, and it is a point in time, it's an age of rulership, right? So you have different things, and when you Daniel sign, you have Daniel sign? No, not here, so probably get left back, right? Where, there? So, right? So, they had 4 beasts. They had the head of gold, the Babylonian Assyrian Empire. There's a time. They had the chest of silver, right? That was in the Medes and the Persians, right? They had the thigh of brass, right? That was the Greeks. And after that, they had the legs and the feet of iron, which was iron and clay mixed. Was what the Greco-Roman Empire that came back, right? That's the empire that we on here now. There's a time, there's a eon, right? Go ahead.
Right, 2 Ezra 6 and verse 7 says, and it says, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of time?"
Alright, so in other words, what's going to divide one rulership? Look at the sign right there, my bad. Look at the sign right there. Oh. Right? The statue right there. Right? What's going to be the definitive separation of one rulership to the next? Right? And it's going to say,
it says, "Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow it?"
Right? What?
Verse 8, it says, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born."
Right, from Abraham unto Isaac. Remember we said, look, we didn't even get to go into that. It's pretty that we come this direction. Right? Isaac. Why Isaac? For Isaac was the Lord. And the Lord was the Lamb to take away the sins of the nation of Israel. Matthew 1:21, read with somebody. Matthew 1:21.
If I may say too,
And Luke 1:68.
the Lord did there, the Lord blessed 2 nations. When he said Isaac is Lord, right? And he said 2 nations. Rebecca went and inquired of the Lord, why, if I pregnant and think, why am I thus fighting in 2 wombs? And he said 2 nations in thy womb. Right? The elder go serve the younger. Bless that 2 nations. Now which man of power to bless 2 nations and give them the power and the dew of the heavens and the earth? He blessed Esau and give him the fatness and the tightness. And he blessed Jacob and give him the fatness and the earth. But Esau get the blessing for a time. This is the white, so-called white man today.
What's
See he in rulership right now?
Hold on, I don't take that's the right.
He in rulership today. So he get a blessing for a time. He get the dew of every time. He will be blessed by the sword. Who's a man creating all these nuclear missiles? Who bless and created all these drones? Who into all these nations gain riches? Esau. Right? So you get blessed for that time. But Jacob, which is us, one had the blessing forever. Yeah, go ahead.
This is on 2 Ezra chapter 11 verse 39. "Art not thou it that remaineth of the 4 beasts?"
Right, so this is the beast.
Are you 4
Right,
beasts?
because you had different prophets, You had Daniel had the vision. John the Revelator had the vision. There are different prophets. You had Jeremiah had the vision. Right? But all of them was talking about the same thing.
The fourth kingdom, which is the so-called white man, the Greeks, Roman Empire. Greeks was them as well. So they come back and rule as the Roman. And now the iron and clay, right? It is now showing that they can't mix. That we divided, that they divided against themselves. Egypt against Egypt, that is why you see Russia against America, which is the same people in your minds, white people. But
one notable thing to observe as well is that before heathenistic kingdoms or heathenistic rulerships were likened to beast kingdoms because these nations wasn't ruling uprightly. You understand? The nation to come and rule uprightly will be the kingdom of the saints, which is the kingdom of the nation of Israel. You understand? So that's why they also likened to beasts, four beasts. Right? Because they never move upright, they walk on all fours.
go back here, please.
Beast.
It's Psalms 73 and 22. Psalms 73 and 22. It says, so foolish was I and ignorance lack knowledge, you don't know. Right? I was as a beast before thee. Like the nation, they don't know the Lord. Right? We know the Lord. This is Amos 3 and 1. Right? But you only have I known. They will punish you
Of all the families of the earth.
Yeah.
Of all the families of the earth.
Psalm
147. Right? Of all the families of the earth. Key. That eliminates all these other nations. Right? You only have I known. Somebody had Matthew. Oh yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 11 and verse 39. Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my will, that the end of their times might come through them?
Right, so what the scripture said, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. That wicked is actually identifiable, just like going into the word, Rasha. Right, and the Hebrew word for word wicked right there is also the same word for ungodly in Psalms 1 and 1. When they go into the word wicked, it goes into what? Red, right? Criminal, crimson, one guilty of a crime. And who is that? There was a notable son, the twin brother of Jacob, who came out red and hairy as a garment.
That's right.
Right? As Esau. Why did he come out red and hairy as a garment? Because as his forefather, his progenitor, Cain, he's that criminal, that murderer. This is what the scripture says.
John 8:44.
And first son. Nah, another one.
John 8 and verse 44. It says, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father will he do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there was no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Right? This 1 John chapter 3 and verse 8. He that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil.
And what the scripture here in John told you, it said that ye are of your father the devil, the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. Who is that devil?
What devil means deceiver. Right?
Who murdered in the beginning? Satan murdered someone in the beginning?
Right.
So who is this? Who murdered his brother? Huh?
Just a spirit.
Just a spirit doing the bidding of the Lord on the left hand side. So who murdered in the beginning? When we go back to
Have it. Five alarm fire. There's a Genesis chapter 4 and verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shall not thou be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin light at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Right? So what happened is that two brothers, Cain and Abel, they offered up sacrifices. Now before times they had the law was given orally. Right? Because
like I say, Adam being the first priest. This is how they knew to offer sacrifices. This is how Cain and Abel knew that they had to bring an offering to the Lord. Because their father being Adam would have been instructed. That's what bread represents. When the Most High breathed into Adam, Adam had the laws, commandments, statutes, he had understanding of what to do, the wisdom.
Things well pleasing unto the Most High was made known unto him.
So he taught his sons, right, as the brother is saying, orally. So they were taught orally by Adam of what to do. But this devil came, but that's who the devil is if you didn't know. The murderer, the devil, John 8:44, is Cain, who slew his brother Abel.
Right? It says, verse 8, and Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass that they were in the field. And Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
So they were in the field. And that in itself as well could give some essence in today's time, whereas the field represents this world. Cain representing the seed of the wicked, Abel representing the righteous, the one accepted, the one that the Heavenly Father looked upon, considered. So at the shedding of his blood, the Heavenly Father inquired, where is your brother? Where is the righteous? Question the wicked, and the wicked lie. That's why scripture say what? He's the father of it. He's a liar and the father of it. Because after slaying his brother, he's like, am I my brother's keeper? In a sense, I don't know how I'm supposed to know. He probably doing his own thing. When you know, you just put him to death. Fulfilling his name, Payan, which is a spear or a weapon. Right? So he used some form of weaponry and he killed his brother based upon what? Envy. He envied his brother. Just like Esau envies Jacob, as the scripture says in Genesis 27 and verse 41. Esau hated his brother Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. So if you could connect that there spiritually as well, Cain, sorry?
Passed down.
Not just passed down. Sorry?
I said the iniquity of sin, it passed down.
Right, and it passed down to a specific line. There were categories of men. So when the flood took place, Cain and his descendants, they died off. The wicked died off. For their sakes came the flood. Get that in Sirach, the 40th chapter. Right? Apocrypha.
So Sirach, chapter 40, verse 9, it says, death and bloodshed, strife and the sword, calamities, famine, tribulation and the scourge, these things were created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
Right, and it had a line of wicked people, or a category of wicked people, a lineage of wicked people on the earth, which would have been Cain and his descendants. They would have been wiped out in the flood. To reignite that balance on the earth through this man called Isaac, after the process of time, life continued. Through Isaac came forth Jacob and Esau, the righteous or the sons of God and the sons of the wicked once more. And that enmity was reignited right there. That's why at birth or at conception, they wrestled in the womb. And then things played out in a controversial way where Cain, or I said Cain, Esau, eventually grew back that great hatred for his brother and desired to slay him again. And these were even happening all over. Esau has great desire to slay his brother. His has been slaying his brother. But our hand is on his heel, pulling him down out of this rulership that he's in, to fulfill the promise that was given unto us to have the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven above, which represents the rulership of the earth and the best of the earth. And that's what we are about to enter into.
I should be jumping down to verse 15 to get to the point. Genesis 4 and 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain yes, any finding him should kill him. So that word mark, when you go into this off, right? It means a distinguishable mark. So when did that happen? For even leading up before that happened, you had a grandson of Cain by the name of who? Tubal Cain, right? Tubal Cain. Here what happened with Tubal Cain, right? Verse 21. And his brother's name was Jubal, and he was the father of all such that handled the harp and the organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain and instructed every artificial of brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada, Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man. So Lamech is a man. I hearken unto my speech. I slain a man to my wounding, a young man to my hurt. So you kill a man, right? Kill a man. It says, if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, in other words, if anybody kills Cain, they will be avenged sevenfold. Right? It says, truly, Lamech 70 times sevenfold. And, right? So, in other words, he realized, that, nobody can really touch them because the Lord put a hedge around them.
He embraced that what?
Yeah.
Oath that the
Yeah, it was an oath. It was an oath. It was actually like a grace, but the oath when the distinguishable man actually came as Esau. In the birth of Esau. But it was when they had protection, it's like the Lord said, hey, nobody can really touch them. And let's step to this game.
Yes, right. Have a time, you see, in Proverbs chapter 16 and 4, it says, the Most High created everything for himself, yea, even the wicked, for the day of evil. So there's a time in which these Edomites are, just like the flood was their judgment, there's a time coming, the second death, that is going to mark the beginning of Esau Edom's judgment. The first death was his first judgment. The second death is going to mark the beginning of the judgment, the great gross judgments of Esau. Whereas through that Third World War, which is the second death, fire and brimstone in that new capsule, nuclear missiles, ICBMs, and shaking the foundations of the devil's kingdom, having these elites run to their bunkers, like they say, see today, be prepared, and then the elect of the Lord, or the elites of the Lord, go into these bunkers to capture them, bind them in chains, shackles, and bring them into hardcore slavery.
And you know, this one happened now, Mark a little bit more, that book. Because just to prove that, you remember September 9/11, right? You know what happened on that time? Twin Towers fell, right? But they say some Arabs did it, right? And then they raised all holy hell in the Gulf. Right? If I'm not mistaken, they went to Afghanistan, not Gulf, but they went to Afghanistan, Iraq, right? So in other words, you touch America, America is more safe in the modern day, or bourgeois in the modern day. That's Esau's chief city, right? What's already, for those who know, they did that unto themselves, right? That was planned. Yeah, that was planned. That was an inside job. But basically, it goes to show that what you can't touch Cain, and once you touch Cain, what Cain said? Cain said it was terrorism, right? Esau said it's terrorism. So what? They went all out against what? The Ishmaelites. You understand?
Isaiah 10, if I get this back, bro. Isaiah chapter 10 and verses 7, straight to the point. It says, albeit he meaneth not so, neither doeth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few.
Right, but Habakkuk say what? That's Esau is speaking about. Habakkuk says what? He shall increase his desire as death and shall be as hell. So he cutting off nations. He took us from the west coast of Africa and this was after 70 AD, where we was in Israel. We sat in Israel. We had the temple. We had the second temple. The second temple was built. It was there. We had the menorah. We had all the gold. We had all these different things. And they went in 70 AD. Archetypus is a memorial of that, right? They went in and we fled Roman persecution, right? They were calling themselves Romans back then, We fled Roman persecution to the interiors and the west coast of Africa. Then they came back again. And they took us there and brought us here through what? Chattel slavery. Right? They brought us to the west coast. See here, what? They destroy a man and his heritage.
That's right. Right? So we can have a quick one. I'll start from verse 5. It says, Behold, ye among the heathens, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in thy days, which ye will not believe, what he told you. It says, For lo, I rise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. Chaldeans, you want to hear about
This is the book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. And they covert fields and take them. Sir, they covert fields.
Covet means to desire. But that was someone a wicked desire. Because that is actually in the law. Read Exodus 20, it's in the law, not to what to covet. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor, thy neighbor's house, thy neighbor's wife, thy neighbor's field, nor his ass, nothing in neighbor have. Yeah. And I say straight. Right? Imagine they call us third world. But in every third world nation, enriched with some natural resource. And what they do? They covet your resource, come and take your resource, and the nation poor, impoverished, right? And basically slaves. Look, we're right here. We have oil, we have pitch.
Two kind of pitch.
We have two types, right? But what happened? They're taxing the hell out of us. They want to tax their property. And even if it's a whole person, it's all tricks. If you're a whole person and they can't afford to pay, yeah, the tax will go to your children and grandchildren. So the debt never goes away. The scripture says he trusted in oppression. The scripture says they speak loftily about oppression.
The eyes will be set against the wall. It says they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses
They didn't take them
and
peacefully.
take them away.
They don't take them peacefully, they take them by violence. Of course, they always come with the sword. But they show that in the movie Apocalypto. Right? When in the end of Apocalypto, when the ship was coming, right? They had swords, they had the guns. They had the guns. Right? When they came to take, I had the book called Gms Trinidad. When they came to take Tobago, they had to come twice. I think it was either 3 times. The first 2 times the native Caribs cut their ass. The third time they had to come, they came with horses. That's how they overcome. Because the natives kept them at bay with bows, arrows, and spears. Right? But the horses overpowered them. You understand? They came with violence. What?
It says, and take them away, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah, they oppress a man and his house, a man and his heritage. When you go to Jeremiah 17, it says, he shall be discontinued from your heritage. You have that example in the movie Roots. What is your name? Kunta Kinte. Wap. No, Toby. What is your name? Kunta Kinte. Wap. Toby. Right? They oppress. Right? They beat our nationality. They beat our history. They beat our language out of us. We are the Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew is the language. Our progeny, our forefather name is Israel.
That's right.
Allah, Jacob, he fought with an angel. He wrestled with an angel for a blessing.
That's
All
right.
night. The angel said, what is your name? He said, my name is Yaikwab. He said, no, your name will no longer be called Yaikwab. It will be called Yasha Allah. He, as a prince, shall have power. Right? Israel. Right? Right?
This is Isaiah chapter 42 and 22.
Come on.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Yeah, these are people robbed and spoiled. Go ahead.
They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
Yeah, there's these different countries where we scatter abroad. 1 Peter 1:1, 1 John 1:1. Right? All these is prison houses. Right? They call it Trinidadians, they call it Barbadians, they call it Guyanese, and they set us all against one another. Divide and rule is the only plan. They sing it in the songs, right? Jake, as Benjamin, they sing it in the songs, right? They set your colors. They said colors. They said strength, right? They said strength. They said the big slave against the small slave. They said the house nigga against the field nigga, right? Hey, right now they set your ass fucking numbers. 6, 9, 7, 8. They set divide and rule. But that's the curses. That's the curses upon our nation. That goes to show we are the Israelites. Them fucking Jewish rats up in the land, they living good. Them good. They own everything. They bread butter on both sides. That's what we say down here. In other words, they can't. They have it all. There's no bans because why? Hey, you can afford to leave our inheritance for your children. All we leave for our children in generations to come is debt. When a child born, he's born as a slave. He has to work off his debt. Right? Go ahead.
In the book of Ezekiel chapter 35, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
It was a perpetual meaning what? Seeming to have no end. Alright, because ultimately Esau Edom is going to be put to an end, he's going to be cut off forever. But throughout the different kingdoms, like we're talking about the different beast kingdoms, right, the different rulership of these nations, Esau Edom from the very Babylonians, Esau came and burnt our temple. The Medo-Persian Empire, Haman, an Edomite, an Amalekite, came and he came up against the Jews. In the Grecian Empire, they began to rule under Antiochus Epiphanes coming out of that Seleucid branch. They started to afflict us heavily. They cut off the daily sacrifices, causing us to decimate or desecrate our temple, right? Offering swine on the altar. When they started to rule as the Romans, they besieged Jerusalem. They sacked Jerusalem, destroyed our temple again, made us flee from our land. So that hatred that Esau had was perpetual throughout these different kingdoms, even to this very kingdom.
It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And has shed the blood of the Lord's people, the chosen people, that special people, not because of what it did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but what it did to Israel. See, these other nations don't matter to the Most High, but touching us was a big mistake. Touching the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians was the Edomite, the so-called white race, biggest mistake.
Big mistake, yeah.
By the force of the sword,
by their blessing. That's what they got to rule. By your sword you shall live. And you use that sword to slay a brother. You broke the brotherly covenant. You touched the Lord's people, so you have to pay. Go ahead.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
In the time of our calamities, when we were under the Babylonian captivity, you came and you used the sword against us. When it is we left Egypt, you were the first of the nations to come at us. And you attacked us from the hindermost part, from our back or behind. Right?
The lame and the feeble and the old.
So all these things ain't going to go unpaid for. As it says in Jeremiah 49. You will not go altogether unpunished. Go ahead.
It says, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
And that is it. And that is the time where we are right now. Where the Lord is speaking mercy to Israel. He's saying, comfort ye my people. But these devils ain't holding up. They still have an agenda to have each and every one of us under their agenda of totalitarian rule. Having us as cyborgs out here with a rice grain device, an electronic rice grain device in our hands, having us totally destroyed and disconnected from our power, being owned by them. This is these devils' agenda. There's a plan. But that plan is being disappointed as we speak. Because the Lord has reserved men that has been standing up out here boldly against that which he has proclaimed. And that's it. And Lord willing, we have that strength. He will give us that strength. The elect will be given that strength to not bow to that devil's agenda. To choose death before that dishonor. Go ahead.
It says, therefore, as I live, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood.
He's going to prepare you unto blood. Poetically speaking, he's going to pay you back for all the bloodshed that you have done to the children of Israel. All those native trailer tears, right? Andrew Jackson, the Indian killer, right? That slayed all the millions of these native Indians. They weren't just they weren't just Indians. That is a title, a proverb, a byword, and a part upon the children of Israel. They were the Lord's people, Yasha Allah.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yes, so the bloody man's blood is going to be shed. And that is the only way the land can be cleansed. That's concerning Numbers, the 34th chapter, and about the last verse. Alright, so Esau, Edom has to pay it. It's already set. That's your future. That's your manifest destiny. God gave us part of the manifest destiny. Yes, you all were ordained to be the whipping stick, to be the sword of the earth, right? Like the psalmist David went into. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Lord used the altar slayers for a short, but your time is up. As spoken of in Revelation, it was given unto you a little season, not eternity. But you devils think to yourself you have eternity. Like you trick back the Most High have you all in. And then they seen time cutting close. And if you don't speed up this agenda, he ain't gonna get you. But he has that hope. This devil still has that hope. But based upon what the technology that he has, right? The pride of his heart is deceiving him, thinking to himself, if he hurries this up, right? If it is he makes all the right moves, if it is he comes down with all hell, he could probably get you. When you come down with all hell, that is when the Most High is going to bring all hell on you.
That's right.
It says in Psalm chapter 7 and verse 16, his mischief shall return upon his own head.
Beautiful.
And his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate.
He said his mischief shall return upon what? His
own head.
All the things that you all have mischievously devised to be done unto us is going to be done unto you.
That's right.
You thought to yourself that we're going to be eternally your slaves. You're going to be our slaves. You,
That's a lot, yeah. That fella says to me, she jump. Nobody told me there was 2 holes.
God. But yeah, but we telling you right now. We telling you now that you dig the pit for yourself. But what the scripture says, the death adder that would stop in the air. You know, you all watch us. These idiots be watching us. They've been watching our apostles. You know, they be keeping up with the lessons.
Yeah, they learn in prophecy. They learn what time it is for them.
Trust. That is it. But then maybe, you know, when they cry, they might score. You know, like scripture say, all the enemies, they puffet at them. So they thinking to themselves, what these niggas do? They may know about to bring, I'm a robot, I'm an AI, I'm a this, I'm a that. Them ain't get away. And somehow, you see the pride in them movies. At the end of them, what they always try to show you, somehow they get through. Somehow, it had a little escape route and they took it.
You got actually advanced technology, but then always.
With a Pacific Ring here, he said, yeah, you will not go back into the land.
That is a fact.
I'll tell somebody else today in the live stream. I was watching this movie, Justice League is a cartoon, right? Justice League, Crisis on Many Earths, right?
I watch it.
Yeah.
I watch it.
Yeah, so here we go. A parallel universe is parallel Earths, right? I forget the man's name, but he's like a watcher of all universes, all the different paradigms. So he pulled Batman, so the Justice League from all the different Earths. Right? Here we coming. A wall of antimatter. The wall of antimatter is going to destroy all the Earths. No, I think, well, it isn't loot, but it be some of the destruction. That is it. Nothing they could do. So the man said, but, I think it was Batman, not Batman, someone in the asked him, he said, so why you gotta be here for the inevitable and hand the plan to do? And then Batman said, he said, well, here's the bullet shot. This one is the brightest one, this one is the brightest day, this one is the scientist, this one is that, blah, blah, blah. You got a group of scientists, he said, so the one thing he said, well, yeah, all is the brightest minds in all the different Exactly what I said. Exactly. Exactly what I said. But Batman ain't nothing but a Edomite.
That's
For
right.
money. And for that.
Technology.
Yeah, technology. Right? When you say scientists, and you know the scripture said science so close to God. Right? So he's gathered them now to stop it. He said, well, all their minds combined, all they will get to stop it now. Right? So eventually they stop it. But how that twisted the end, I can't remember the twist here. I only watched it once.
It's part 1, they have a part 2 coming. Because
Yeah.
that was in the end.
Yeah. So they can always, as the phoenix, rise from the ashes and all that shit. They can't. And hey, when the scriptures were signed off, yeah, what the scriptures say what? The words of the Lord are pure words, tried 7 times in the fire. Right? When the scriptures sign you up, you sign to fuck off me. So, all like long time you used to watch TV.
Yeah.
And when it reached 12 o'clock, you see the no. It used to be red, yellow, blue, green, right? And then the signs of after them 1,000 years of slavery, you're ended up and burn the biggest burning man ever. They're gonna be signed off. Yeah?
Eyes that see him shall see him no more. I won't fail. Let's read quick salam. These are Nahum chapter 1 and verses starting at 8. It says, but with an overrunning flood, he will make an utter end of the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue his enemies. What do ye imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time.
That plan to brand, to give that electronic oil, will never work. Never gonna happen.
Never.
Never.
In Job 20 and verse 6 it says, though his excellency mount up to heaven, to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
That's the end. That's your end. Your end is going to be with dishonor. You're going to be dishonorably discharged from the earth. That's what that stink.
Going down.
Yeah.
Shit. These are lump in the toilet, it's go out with a stink. You understand? And that stink, like Joel speaks of, represents what death that is going to take place. You Edomites are going to die.
Like that naked woman, we want to cross the engine. The stink.
You don't know what it says? They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
That's because right now you're on the earth like a big terror. Right? You're on the earth like you're the wisest man. Right? Like you know it all in all them movies CSI. Jake told CS like that was real. Like they know everything. But how come they didn't know when this attack happened? How come they didn't know when this Edomite was coming in to shoot up the school? How come they didn't know when Jake, well, remember when Esau moved like he was playing Call of Duty and run into the fucking city and then stand up into the house or whatever, the church or the and trying to shoot up everybody and kill everybody, and he live streaming and Call of Duty played tap 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 tap, Jake he was killing. You understand? How come all they didn't know? Because CSI, you're a devil, you're a liar. You don't know everything. That's why you're trying to implement this chip. They're trying to implement this chip. This chip will give you a godhood. But it's not for you to be God. The scripture says, he's sitting in the seat, somebody get from Thessalonians. And Ezekiel 28, yeah? They sit in the seat of God as though you are God, but you're not God. There's a scripture that says, in that day, right? When the Lord bring his judgment upon you, and they start to melt, would you then say, is our God?
Ezekiel 28 and verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because thine heart is lifted up.
Right, your mind lifted up. In your mind, you should just call, yeah, thou most proud. Right? You know, because the Lord is judging here, they say that you are such a one with the Most High. So much so that they say that you are the Most High. Because they're doing one way and doing it again, away with. They say that that the Most High doesn't require our blood. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Native Americans and the Latinos there as well. They went across there as the conquistadors and they slaughtered the natives. But the Aztecs and Mayans gone. But the conquistadors killed them all. But
Reading on. And thou hast said, I am a God.
I am a God. That's what you're saying in your mind. I am the power of God.
I sit in the seat of God.
Don't let fucking human get to your head. Oh, you have the power. No, you don't. The Lord give you the authority to rule over the earth. You mismanage, you're going to get judged for that. That's right. But
in the midst of the seas.
right, in the middle of the seas represents the nations. Read Revelation 17. Right? You sit in the midst of the seas. You have your China and Taiwan, or China and them different islands having a dispute over some islands. America, and they say, well, hey, no fly zone. America flying the fucking, he bring the aircraft carrier and he flying the jet straight through. Them no business. Them nobody can touch America. Right? Another nation have a problem. They send the aircraft carrier with their bombers and things, knowing that they're putting the information out there that these bombers carry nuclear missiles. Right? In other words, they're sending a heavy message. Be ready to destroy whoever. Listen, yeah? Huh?
It says, yet thou art a man, and not God.
Thou art carnal. As he will take, because he has the Father is a power and a spirit. Right? You can't destroy spirit with fucking carnal weapons. You understand? But
it says, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God.
yeah.
The 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
He opposed, and the word to oppose is to be a Satan. Right? To be an adversary. He oppose everything that is righteous. Or everything that is power. You see, for righteousness is power. The word God translates into power. Everything that is righteous is power. You move in accordance with your power, you are powerful. Because he's going to fight for thee. Right? Yeah, he said, your righteousness is immortal. Leviticus 26, he said, if you keep the commandments, he will be an enemy unto thy enemies. You understand? But you do everything opposite. You oppose everything that is called God. Now, use the serpent that was from the beginning, as it says in Revelation, an old serpent, the devil, and called Satan, the dragon. Right? You adverse to everything that is righteous. You know?
You know what it says? For that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
What did he say? What did he, as the serpent tell Eve? He shall not surely die. So they come with GMO, they come with DNA modification, CRISPR-Cas9, right? They come with alternative ways, because the scriptures say what? The scriptures give us a way to farm the land. Work it 6 years on the 7th year, you leave it to rest. Go on the next part of the farm. You are nomadic farmers. Right? You say that we're not going to do that, we're going to milk the earth. What the scripture say, if you don't do it, the earth will not yield fertile fruit. What you decide to do, go into the labs and mess with the genes, mess with the cells, mess with the atoms, and bring forth what? GMO. Genetically modified. Unbalanced or imbalance. Right? Not good. But when the angels were finished, what they said, it was good. When the Alahayim had finished, not Alahayim, sorry. Let's call it word. Notably the God, Alahayim. It's already plural. The Alahayim, when the Alahayim had finished, what? Wait, go ahead, Amon. No. Yeah, when the Alahayim had completed, they said it was good. It was complete. It was perfect.
It's say now, verse 6. His word was a perfect work. His word was a perfect work. So the Heavenly Father gave the blueprint, gave the command to Yahweh, his son, and his son along with his friends or brethren, right? The rest of the sons of God, they created everything according to the Heavenly Father's design. So today he's trying to alter that design, create a more synthetic design, a pseudo design.
Shalom, Lily. Shalom.
Just a circumvent to go around it. Just to be adverse, just to say that I am. Because he don't want to fulfill his lot, which is what to be destroyed. The vessels are fitted for destruction.
yeah, that is that term synthetic. When you look at the term synthetic, pharmacology, because everybody takes the production using of natural herbs. But to get mass production, they synthesize it when you just take chemicals and put it together and make your body believe that it's the same. You don't have to make an effect. So the same thing I used to do on this, they make it effect.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, that only induce what death. When you move things outside the natural state, you can kill the essence of it. And the reason why when you take this medication or you get the side effects, why in the nature you get the side effects sometimes, let's take it by extras and side effects.
It does take time to heal. It takes time to heal. Look at Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will you do in the day of visitation, and in the day of desolation which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help, and where will you leave your glory?
So the unrighteous decrees to take advantage of the widows, which represents us ultimately, the nation of Israel, the poor, right? Look at what they did to us with the false drugs or the false medicine, right? So just imagine what more is going to come with a false or synthetic meat. They're now trying to tell us eating literal animals is bad. We have now lab-grown meat. Just imagine a world now where we're eating lab-grown meat.
You see,
What kind of man is going to happen there now?
cockroach milk is more. But from the time you say cockroach milk, I can't remember this. They're talking about burgers. Making burgers out of insects.
They're making burgers out of feces right now too. Out of the waste.
Yeah.
They're making burgers out of right now. Burger patties out of waste right now. Out of shit. And that's full in the army. Down. Down.
But I'm saying, is the benefit to that?
You get protein, free protein. And they just recycle it back everything. I feel we eating that dog, what can I say right now? Because that's really a dog. They're taking it and they're filtering it through. And they're passing it through and processing and they're literally like taking it but they're making burger out of shit.
If I may say, I was watching a video they're making steak out of taking meat tissue from human and making steak out of that. And when they tell it, they say like when they do it from children, they say that meat more tender. You see that one,
There's Ezekiel chapter 4 verses 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And what we're doing right now, eating a defiled bread. Everything right now defiled and eaten.
And once we so saved,
Right.
once we so saved, we live on our way. That's up there, it is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries shall be. Jeremiah 30 and 16, it says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that pray upon thee will be given for your faith. So all the nations that spoil thee, all the nation that spoiled Israel, in return they're going to be spoiled. Right? So everything that they did to us, as the scripture said in I think it's Revelation 18, you're going to get double. You understand?
This is Psalms 10 and verse 4. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He had said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
He saying that?
I shall never be moved. I shall never be in adversity.
Who he thinks himself to be? These so-called white people. They think to themselves to be the ones that set themselves up. You see, we are coming with the true narrative. What's really happening? Even William Shakespeare said it. All the world is a stage. Us men and women are but what mere players. Esau has forgotten, or he has ignored the reality of things. You are just a puppet. The Heavenly Father set you up, and the one that set you up is about to take you down. That's pride saying you wouldn't be moved, and the Most High hates pride. What scripture say? He abases the proud. So your abasement is right around the corner. It's actually here. This is the time of your abasement. We're going to be here for a decade again. So the pride of Esau is too high right now.
Too high. Way too high.
I read it on. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret place doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Yeah, so basically, you know, and one of the way of catching the poor when he draweth him into his net. That might be nice. You understand? Because you could not make it look like miracle among men. Real people don't know shit like that. You know?
I was watching the news thing locally right here. They showed me that a lot of people cards, chip cards get hacked. You know, and I just saw subtlety. So showing that subtle way to bring you into that net. You know, showing people that even that card that they have is safe. So then they're going to ultimately push that agenda to win for the judgment. We need the RFID microchip. Leviticus chapter 18 and verses 22. It says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
Yeah, basically that going back to this footballer video that circulated. Hey, I want to know say about Shemesh, I kill all of your faggots, man.
That's right.
You see all of your faggots and about all of your underload bullets. Hey, I want to know say about Shemesh, I destroy all your man.
That's right.
Or you could be in a threesome, sucking a man fucking dick and taking a dick up your rear, and that's a normal thing. Hey, the most I have about Shemesh, all of your faggots, most I have about Shemesh, I destroy you, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, it's about time that somebody stand up and say something, man. All of your footballers, all of your hierarchies, all of your bullets, that's the door of Shemesh.
Right.
Hey, I know you're gonna die a grievous.
That's right.
That's the Lord about Shemesh. Right. All of your underload bullets and faggots. Hey, death coming to all of you.
That's right. That's right.
Or you can leave the natural use of a woman and want to go on to a man. All of your underload bullets and faggots and lesbians, the most I have a Shemesh will bring judgment upon all you.
That's right. Right. Romans chapter 1 and verse 27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet.
Yeah, that error way you're doing, that could be natural as much as Eve wicked. Hey, we know the black woman wicked, we know the woman naturally wicked, but as much as they're wicked, hey, there still is our comfort. We still can go on and not get a comfort for them. How the fuck you can take your prick and paint it on a man rare and say that is some kind of comfort? Or you can take your dick and paint it on a woman rare and say that is comfort? Hey, all you faggots and all you lesbians, thus to the Lord about Shimeshai dead coming to all you, boy.
Right.
You see all of you underlook bullets, the Most High gonna expose all you, boy.
Right.
Shalom, my brothers.
Verse 32, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
Worthy of death. Put your head on a piece of stone or something and chop it off. Because all of you underlook bullets who playing at all your gangsters too, and all your this and that in jail, all you sucking fucking dicks and taking fucking prick. And then coming out here and playing bad man thing.
Bad man,
Hey,
man.
all of you fucking big footballers, you are man sucking your fucking dick and paying dick in your ass.
That what? They just call them bad man chichi man.
Huh?
They just call them bad man chichi man.
Bad man chichi man.
That's something.
What we saying in the bad better, there's the good better, there's the judgment of the Lord.
All the underlook bullets and all of your lesbians, don't see the Lord about Shimeshai, or you're gonna put to death.
Leviticus chapter 21.
Because all you can take
Chapter
all you
20.
can take your dick and pay it in a man's ass, and that's normal. That is normal. That is normal.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 7. Sorry, verse 6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, this is so-called New Testament, right?
That's right.
Turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that should after live ungodly, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Right?
Yeah, because they rather than you come out and speak sweet words unto them. But we come out here to speak those sweet words. We come out here to say all of your lesbians and all of your bullers, thus to the Lord about Shimeshai, they're going to be destroyed.
That's right. Revelation chapter 21 and verse 8. But the fearful, the unbelieving, the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is a second death.
Yeah, them nuclear missiles gonna destroy all of your dust in the Lord about Shimeshai. Because your bullerman pastor ain't gonna tell you that in church. A matter of fact, he's gonna tell you come as you are. A matter of fact, all you bullers and all you lesbians have a sanctuary in the church. But out here, we ain't having that.
That's right.
Out here, we say the Most High about Shimeshai gonna put you to death.
That's right.
John chapter 8 verse 32. It says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
You shall know the truth. It is no pardon when it's a sodomite. It is no pardon when it's a lesbian. That's a demon that all on you. And the only way to get a demon off all you, if you repent, is to pay to death. That's the only way.
This is St. John chapter 14 verse 17. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be
So
in
that's
you.
why there's so much death and so much blood on the land. Because there's too much bullers and too much lesbians walking around.
Right. Too
So
much
the judgment
abomination.
and the Most High had to come every day.
Too much adulterers.
Too much adulterers, too much fornication, too much bullers, too much lesbians. Hey, the Most High had to pour it to death.
That's
So
right.
every day it had 5, 6, 7 deaths because the judgment and the Most High had to come forth.
That's right.
Right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, no idolaters, no adulterers, no effeminate, no abusers of themselves with mankind. And that's
Abusers of yourself.
It says-
Taking a man dick up in your rear. Rubbing your clit against a woman's clit. All lies against the Mosiah about Shebeshai.
That's right.
It has nothing righteous about that.
That's right.
You women out there demon possessed. You men demon possessed. And then you come about and say it's hormones. It's not hormones. You're deserving the death of the Mosiah about Shebeshai.
That's right. Lamentation.
Lamentation. Be put to death.
That's right.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. They have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away the captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. You have the Pope telling all they get married homosexuals, right? You have TD Jake said, hey, nothing wrong, they can keep their own congregation as homosexual, but he's a fucking faggot, right? That's why these women can come out here and talk. What she saying there, it's
She don't say
that's the bitter the scripture. She don't go. That's the bitterness. Yes, the scripture say gonna be have bitter and sweet. Right? But they don't want to take the fucking bitter. Or they're going to get a bitter judgment by force.
Can you see how they started talking truth about bullies and lesbians? All of us tell everybody about it. Why you saying that? Why you saying that? Fuck all you. Fuck all you. Correct.
The smooth things.
That is Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10.
So all of a sudden she is getting attentive. Why are you talking like that? Speak it nice. No, we ain't nice out here.
And watch me, that's why they kill the prophetess. Like women like that back in the ancient days.
They get caught. Leave the faggots and homos, let them be.
God.
Like women like that, that's why the prophets kill her.
If she can draw a crown fucking dead, walk here tonight. Walk here for fucking night.
Is the book of Colossians 3 verse 5 says, mortify therefore your members which are upon earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection.
Yeah, put to death. Rebuke. The scripture says, resist the devil and he shall flee. Because the word mortify means to put to death. But these jakes out here, they're not putting nothing to death. We think was in Sodom and Gomorrah and the other cities. It was 5 cities. It was Jacob. It was Jacob. They're not putting them spirits to death. They're not resisting. They're not resisting the devil. They're encompassing it. They're embracing it. Go ahead.
Sorry, no.
It says inordinate affection. What is inordinate affection? It's loving something that is not supposed to be in a physical way. Like a man with man, as the brother said, woman with woman, men with dog, woman with dog, all them kind of nasty things.
Man with babies.
Man with babies. These are the things that are going on earth in this country today. And there are people on the high ups in this country doing them nastiness.
Right?
People who are on the top level in this country doing them stinkers.
Top tier baller, man.
If I may say, so-called carnival coming around again.
Carnival festival.
Yeah, my brother-in-law used to go and work security in a top. There was only higher service people to go and keep an orgy party, and Samuel L. Jackson, I'm calling him, was in a party some years ago, before the COVID, and he said what he seen Saturday. He said, yeah, also over the door. So it's time that judgment comes down in a big way. And fully increasing because up by my area, a serial bugger and rape by one happening. The bugger is a little boy, the rape a little girl. So it's just
now what they said, this woman, she get ready for it. Even though she's a demon too, Hillary Clinton talk about oh gosh, she called them boy like extreme pedophile. Yeah. She called them out and she get ready for that. Yeah. But she's one of them demons too. She's one of them demons too. They have a video with she. In fact, we had to stop it. We got
Second Ezra chapter 15, starting at verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Yeah, right. Only unbelief, only believe that only going to get away with it. Only believe that you can always open their mouth against the truth. against the men of the Most High. There's going to come a day that the Most High is going to send some standard, right, to reprove y'all, because those who can't hear does feel. It's written in the scriptures. Those who can't hear does feel, right? It's not every, hey, we're going to move from one glory. We're not always going to be in the street in most 8 and 11, right? So even if it doesn't come through us, it's going to come through the angels.
That's right.
The mighty ones, right? You don't see the power that's before you, the power of truth, right? The power of your Hashem Shai. It's truth. It's not a lie. You're going to have to pay for your works. Revelation 22 and verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to render unto every man that he had done. Right? Except you repent, and if you have the nation of Israel. There is forgiveness of sins for Israel. Right? But for the rest of these nations, you're going to get judged. And for the 2/3 that are unrepentant, you're going to be judged. You're going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Someone told me today by I came by, I was in our class. I only hear about this fucking video. So I think it is some kind of normal, flashy kind of fucking thing. But I make a mistake already. Press play and watch a fucking thing by
What footballer is that?
Video is that right? Cricket job with
I deleted it. Everybody almost
No. I just don't. I didn't hear about it.
I'm a big footballer, boy.
Are we in fucking ass?
By 3 fucking men in a party fucking together, boy.
The same way Smith shit.
3 and you know the fuckers are the men taking the camera and playing it directly by the man fucking rear.
What
the fuck I see you out here, right?
That's demons.
Right?
We went to TGJ service.
And next man, he moved directly by the man fucking gun. I tell you, I want a fucking cutlass. And I can go and find one of fucking I chopped them.
Second Ezra 15 and reading at verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yeah, and by all them videos that are leaking, all they're really doing is just paying up themselves for that day of judgment.
That's right.
Because when you're doing it secret, it's coming out in the open. For all Israel to bear witness and see.
That's right.
Every single thing gonna be done. Everything gonna be done. Coming out into the light. This is, you see like this year? I go this boy in the state, Cat Williams, like he started with this exposing and everything just being exposed left and right. Because it started with TD Jakes and all of them with this power button thing, and then it just keep going. People being exposed, right?
That's right.
There's more to come. There's way more to come.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 11. It says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever do make manifest is light.
That's why that come out. And the judgment of the Most High when it happened to them, we will give praises unto the Most High. Because you see, it brings forth for all of Israel to see. So all of Israel see your wickedness. So when judgment come now, the men of the Lord are going to glory. Going to give that glory.
That's right.
It's about wickedness going around, by. It's about wickedness. I find about high time you get these reprobate bad boys arrest and let us Jacob trouble start. Let me start to go about and do what we're supposed to be doing. Get them arrested, tell them time to take a back seat.
Something really bad.
Let me hear about this, son.
That's how we gotta say, because now we living in that time. Ephesians 5 and 16, it says, redeeming the time,
because the days are evil.
Right? There's some evil fucking time you living in. Because, hey, you're seeing them men and them, and you can see that they make it get any kind of fucking girl they want. And you bypass all the woman, no matter how evil and wicked it is. You bypass it all the woman to go to a man, right? That had to be Satan in your mind, right?
Dread spirits.
As like what we saw in the scriptures when these men came to Lot's house, when it is the wicked Benjamites came on, they refused. They refused having the virgins. They refused the women, and they wanted to know the men.
Well, let me talk church. Let me talk church now. Yeah, man lie with man, but you man who like to pop woman in the fucking house, you know different. You ain't no different.
That's right. Same thing.
Same fucking spirit. That a son of my spirit, so to gear yourself out of them fucking spirits and thing.
That's right.
So once you in that custom, first they go start up popping woman in the ass, and when after a while you can't get out, what you gonna do? You see a man passing by you in that fucking spirit.
That's right. Something like it.
A quick one. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14. It says, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit.
Because don't get tired. About 2 months ago, I was telling a couple of Akiums that had a spirit like that was going around. Sometimes you deal with your fucking girl and just a fucking thought jumping in your mind. Boy, oh man, like where the fuck this spirit come out from?
Yeah. Let's stop Peltier.
Hey, when I hear this say them,
Peltier?
And I chat them from small.
Let's stop Peltier. You don't need money.
yes, hey, Akim, this time that we in right now, you see this time we in right now, hey, get your laham in order, you know. Then spirits coming fucking heavy, you know. You know what I mean, Akim? So lack for the words, you know. Get your laham in order, you know.
That spirits just come via money or some position or some kind of thing. They can make you switch.
Yeah, the love of money, root of all evil.
These days I find spirits plaguing your fucking mind. Night and fucking day sometimes.
That is the condition of the battle. This is what we have to resist. So when you see Israelite camps, not talking about these things, because they're not in the battle. That's right. They're not in the war.
But I find it, especially these couple of Sabbaths passing by, I find every fucking Sabbath now it's some kind of demon fucking jumping on my fucking mind sometimes.
Every blessed Sabbath.
Every blessing, you know what I mean?
Stupid tongue.
Somebody sound out of the heart. But big man thing I came boy, you have to get your fucking mind in order, because that battle that coming, that demonic battle that coming, make sure you're ready, you know. And I doesn't talk, I talk, it just say, you know.
There's 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 and 9. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour.
That's right.
Whom resist, steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same affliction are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
Because what we fail to realize is before all hell break loose, it had to start home first. So the house sweeping had to start here first, and then they're gonna go outside there. So make sure you're not part of that. Hey, you have a shy for bed. Get your act together now, because that battle that's coming, we ain't go through nothing yet as brothers in the street, you know. The real shit coming before the shit hits, you know.
Yes, in Hebrews 12, we talk about Yahushua, you know, resisting unto blood. Because things gonna get better like that. Like the mother with his 7 sons, where they forced them to eat pork. You know, we had to strive for righteousness.
If we wake up and smell the coffee and men who we think could have never ever think to find them on that side. and we catch him out there, so when you wake up and smell the coffee yet? It's still church as normal? For your mother.
This is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, say the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
That's all.
That's all. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face. It says, neither is there iniquity hid from mine eyes.
So make sure that when you question now, imagine you're gonna get the best of both worlds. You're gonna fish, and then at one point after you're gonna be hunted. So you get the best of both worlds. I don't want the best of both worlds. I want to be the fisherman and after be the hunter. I don't want to be the fisherman at one point and after being hunted. That's the right there.
It says, and I will, verse 18, Jeremiah 16 and 18. And first I will recompense their iniquity in their sin double, because they have defiled my land and have defiled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, a lot of men in the street and a lot of men outside, they rely on the secret places. But you don't understand the secret places of the Most High of Ashimeshai. It will be secret for a while, but you will reveal it unto the prophets and you will reveal it unto Israel to see. It will only remain secret up to a certain point. You can't hide from the Most High of Ashimeshai. Jonah tried. How many men try already? You can't hide from the eyes of the Most High of Ashimeshai.
Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 23. Am I a God at hand, saith Yahweh, and not a God afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Saith Yahweh, do not I fill heaven and earth, saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, so men who in the street to plain one, church and plain one, what is called actors, the Most High of Ashimeshai is going to reveal them. Just like you're going to dig up Esau to his bunkers, it has to start home first. So make sure you're not part of that process. That's right. And make sure Yahweh forbid, Yahweh Ashimeshai forbid that wasn't part of your lot. You get what part of your lot, what are you going to do?
Can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing. I mean, hope and pray. But in the meantime, make sure and do the works of the Most High of Ashimeshai. So even though if you was part of that lot, you might find mercy in the last days. Who knows? You understand?
This is Proverbs 15 and verse 3. The eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
Yeah, beholding the evil and the good. So when the Most High of Ashimeshai arrives, the prophets, and to go and tell the king, hey, thus said the Lord of Ashimeshai, so and so and so. Not even kings can hide. Because even the scripture say, well, they talk about a spider thing. When the spider be in the could go in the chamber, the king and the proverbs. And that proverb like but whatever happened in secret, it had to be brought to light.
Second Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 9. It says, for the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him. Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars.
Yeah. But hey, honestly, boy, I fed up on this sinful body, boy. I fed up on this fucking sinful place. I fed up on this sinful body. I fed up on you niggas. I fed up on you faggots, you lesbians. I fed up on Esau, Elam, Moab.
Yeah.
I just fed up on this fucking place, right?
Can't.
I find about time. Hey, just fast. Hey, let this place come. Let's get it done, right? You know? I just fed up, right? You know?
This is Ezekiel chapter 8. Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 4. Behold, the glory of power of Israel was there according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes now the way towards the north. So I lifted up mine eyes, the way towards the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry. He said, furthermore unto me, son of man, seest thou what they do? But I don't point out the demonic image on that carbon, right?
Back to them idols. It's an image of jealousy, like moving side to jealousy.
See, like when they watch Jake and they have Mary on the dashboard, or the Saint Michael or Saint Peter and all that shit, that's the image of jealousy. Like Jake, who think he's John the Revelator, and he have an image of every fucking thing in the back. The Lord chooses delusion. He doesn't even understand. It says, verse 6, Ezekiel 8 and 6. He said, furthermore to me, son of man, sayest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel commit here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary? But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, the hole in the wall. It says, then said he unto me, son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, go in, and behold, the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel. Because he was just talking about, imagine men, like brothers, you wouldn't expect, and they found in that shit. Right? Ancients of the house of Israel, in the midst of them stood Jaazana, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in his chambers of his imagery? For they say, the Lord seeth us not. The Lord had forsaken the earth. So it goes to show that all men have faith, not even amongst Israel. And these same spirits from back then, they're here now.
All men have faith and fear. Because if you fear the Most High, you will do these things in secret. Because the Most High always looking.
If I may say very quick as well, the same way that we would shun a man for being a sodomite, it's the same spirit we supposed to shun a man for being an adulterer. But the same spirit we supposed to shun a man for being a liar, about the brotherhood, a pedophile, a goat fucker, a dog fucker, all that, you know? Come on now.
I was showing a party one last time, but I said, why you want to put up too nasty? Fucking need a bite of my toy. Fucking cheap dog. That's sick, man. That's sick. Yeah, that come from India. That's where all them diseases come from. She's doing it for love. She's doing it for pleasure. She's doing it for them.
Ezekiel 8 and 13. And he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was towards the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz.
Like plenty of Jakes too. Like plenty of Jake women. If you take in Jake women, right, who bring the church every Sunday, that's seizure about shop now. My line of feet, that's how to go to a lot of these houses now. I see the regular, and every time I go, there's an earthly spirit. Like, oh fuck. Yeah. Because, you know, you bring the script, if you still bring the script to them and show them that is not the Lord, there's a whole heap of bacchanal gods start riding. Because them defending that.
Hey,
If I become your enemy, can I tell you the truth?
the scripture says, good is turning to evil and evil is turning to good. So it had a series of things that interviews are going on social media where the man talking to the difference of the harlots now. Right, and asking them the questions. So how when he asks, I kind of more by looking at our only fans here, he said, you think God wants you to be a harlot? She said, yes. And she said, no. She said, how she said, boy? She said, yes.
She doing it to honor she grandfather. That one?
Right, yeah. And she said, he asked her if God wanted to do it. She said yes. And she said Satan don't want her to do it. Or the reverse. She said in the reverse. Yeah, because she said, God said he died for we sins. So it's okay, but Satan don't want me to be a harlot.
I rather be a harlot, no. I let it come
I don't be saying it wrong, but she twists it wrong. Instead of saying that God don't want her to do it, she's saying God wants her to do it. Because he died for our sins. Right? And Satan don't want you to do it. So Satan will be the spirit to tell you, she don't be a harlot.
Did the Chinese talk more?
Huh?
Are the Chinese strong, huh?
Yeah, alright.
But we don't box the one in we went to get the ice.
He gets harder than
We went to get the ice on my car outside it.
We see one this morning. We see one this
We
morning.
went to get the ice and we see a Chinese thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why some more my woman who come out and beg.
Nah, them still taking care of him. You see him clothes? He was fresh.
The boy he's sleeping right there by Burger King.
He's still taking care of me. He have fresher kid than me.
There's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
All our abomination happening and it goes just for a particular time. We know everything is for a particular time. Because the kind of wickedness that's really happening at Borough, and Big Brother Borough, is that a lot of things that happen behind closed doors, we don't know about it. The real kind of wickedness that happen, not just among the heathens, but among our own people, you know. Because you hear stories about men go by Obey a man and the man dropping on the ground like a fucking big stick when you get out. But it's still not a good, right? Not a good.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 6. It says, for the Most High hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty of their punishment. And if I can say that is a beautiful thing because we seen it, prophesying it, preaching it, coming out with the word sharply rebuking them. Alright, with the gang cut. But Yahweh shall preserve them, as he said in Proverbs 16. Alright, we are not the wicked of Esau, but even the wicked of our people. For the great day of judgment. Ecclesiastes, I believe it's verse 8 or 8 and 11 and 8 chapter. I believe it's 11 and 8 is those sentence and things and evil. 8 and 11 to 1.
The labor is plenty because right now we out here laboring, as they say, fishing. And when the time of hunting is almost the same as laboring. Because just like it have a handful of men out here to the whole of crop, when the hunting time comes, it's the same labor again all over again but in a physical form. So the labor that we're doing now is plenty, and the labor that we're going to do when it's time to hunt is still going to be plenty. It's going to be a hard work how you take it.
Look at Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11, it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Gun.
You say fully, did I say the fully?
Fully done, some fully evil.
Fully 6 and 8 and fully 7 and all kind of fully. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High.
Correct. Because at the end of the day, the Most High of Hashem is a good God, you know. He's a fierce God, you know, but he's a good God, you know, on the other side, you know.
That's right.
He's a loving, merciful, good God, you know.
Slow to wrath.
Slow to wrath. But he's a, on the other side, he's a terrible man.
See it true and go. And a shot can feel it. A demon like that.
But he's a good God.
That's right.
Most loving spirit you give us.
That's right.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Yo, you go water that way? Nah, come on now, man.
And that goes to show us that the reason it's LHC, we say the Lord's ways equal. Because he just basically giving you what you sow. So wherever you sow, he give you a recompense thing.
That's
and
right.
he stated clear.
You understand it? As in Job, sometimes he will give you a heavy burden to carry. So then he will put the burden on your back to see if you're going to live up to the standard, because sometimes it might have a big gamble going upstairs. I might throw on $3 on our table, blah, 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 blah. Hey, let me see, let me put a bet on our day. And 3 millions come down for you. And to see actions, you know, pass the test, you know, a man up there, shoot up some big talent on that table for you.
You see if you pass that test.
Yes,
Pass them test.
hey, pass your test, you know.
Precept here. This is Job 23 and verse 10. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he had tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
You can. Because a lot of time in prosperity, men that say, you know, everything good. But then sometimes, hey, you will lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Go down to your lowest of the ground. We're going to do at that point in time, you're going to say that the most I have is no God. Hey, it's now you have to praise the most I have now you have to praise. Now you have to glorify. You understand? In the good and the bad times, give praises to the most I have
That's right.
That's right.
in them days to come in Jacob's trouble, I mean, hey, everything gonna be right at a certain point. But then in my hard times, you might go 3, 4 days without food. And just when you thought things will get worse, you see a fucking pig or a swine passing by or some kind of fucking abominable thing. And you're watching and you might ponder, but you walk and you pass by, as you walk and you pass by, you see a somewhere. You know? You gotta put trust in the most time.
But we went into that earlier. You know how the Mosai, we told Isaac, the Mosai will provide. He was seated. You understand? That in mind, so they're going to Jacob's trouble. And the Mosai was seated. They take no thought for your life, where you will eat, where you will drink. Hold fast to your righteousness and a precept here. In Job chapter 27, verse 6. My righteousness I hold fast and will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live.
Because once Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, hey, you're careful. They say, hey, we ain't bowing down to by Esau, boy. Esau, you can have we neck ready to be chopped off. We're not bowing down to by Esau, boy. And if the Most High of Ashimeshai deliver us, we know that he is power. And if not, hey, the Most High of Ashimeshai is still God, boy. That's right. Because we're going to go up and come down with the Ashai at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. You do your best. That's right. We're going to do it worse when the time comes.
In Job chapter 2 verse 10 says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? Shall we not receive evil? All this did not Job say with his lips.
So Akim, you expect to receive good alone in this thing, right? You're going through a lot of suffering, man. You ain't going to pump up your spirit more. That ain't going to make you want to come out here and get the Most High and praise more. You dash your foot against a stone, you ain't going to say, hey, Tawada, you lost everything, you going to say, Tawada. Only the good times you're singing and you're up in the front, and when the bad times come, you go down to the lowest. Come on now.
All things will go to the good of them that fear Yahweh. Good and bad. Right. In Job, I don't know, I don't know. When you say, when the Lord in Job, the Lord only made people. I say that.
This is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 12. Says, I know both how to be abased.
I ain't all good, man.
And I know how to abound every way and in all things. I am instructed both to be full.
Sometimes they might have a week or a month where they're just going through, which is just a season where it's just rice and peas eating, rice and butter. You understand? I mean, they're going through it, yeah, you know, they rejoice.
God.
Because the scripture says the time when I come, when we're going to have abundance and the heathen they're not going to have.
That's right.
And they're not going to be able to do that thing.
That's right.
Right? They say children not going to see hell. So it's better you go through it and know. You know what? You can learn from them low times.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, in them low times, you know, it still provide for you. In them low times, you ain't dead, you still here to have a testimony. So you know what?
You're stronger.
It make you stronger. It also make you able to what? To manage the little that you have. So that when you have abundance, your management skills are going to change. Yes, when you get abundance, you might do so and you eat a little bit more. You might rejoice with your friends. But guess what? You still know that what I can reserve this amount because I live without it. I can do without. So that money now becomes a defense. You understand? You don't have to live lavishly. You don't have to live like a glutton because that's what Esau society is about.
Remember, he asked for his inheritance and went and squandered it.
You understand? Yeah. So that's the spirit of Babylon to squander. You know, I remember one of the first years I went to New York. First time we went into Dunkin' Donuts. It was late, right? It was like after 7 o'clock, it was 7 o'clock and they was doing it, right? So whatever donuts remain, whatever food remain in the showcase for the day, they dump it out. They don't give it to the poor, they don't remember that, they just dump it out. Right? According to Esau standard, right? The food not fit to be served to the people again, blah 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 whatever, according to their standards. Right? The FDA, etc. So my sister, she made an explanation. She was like, "What they throwing away that?" And as she said, "What they throwing away the food?" The girl said, "You from Trinidad?" She said, "Every Trinidad, then I come, let's get the same explanation. How they throwing away the food? Because it's like real donuts, real pan, whatever they have, they don't dump it out." You understand? That's the squandering of Babylon. So Babylon is not in the spirit of that. Are based on a bound. They don't recognize, you know what? When you're in that spirit, when you're in that lavish spirit, you're not starting to give the Lord praise for what you have. Even when you're low, you give him thanks. Because he still give you life. You have life to give thanks for. You understand? So that even when you have something now, you give him thanks. Because you're grateful for that. The scripture says this is a wicked and an ungrateful generation. Well, ungrateful and unthankful. Well,
Don't trust.
There's Judah chapter 8 and starting at 24. Now therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend upon us, and the sanctuary, and the house, and the altar rest upon us. Moreover,
that's what we represent. We on the altar right now. Their hearts and mind. This is what the prophet said to set the mind of Israel right.
And we have to remember as well too. Always remember another man watching at you. You don't know if you might be a money man on that. I mean, at the end, speaking as man, at the end of the day, the most have a share that money man. But then sometimes you just have a man you just look up to.
Emulate. You might have a favorite apostle. I like how Apostle the bar break it up. Apostle Abraham is in my like for strength and faith, Apostle Rakah. For just strict order and going by the books, Apostle Tamar. You know, you might have them different bishops and elders. You understand? You know, you might take you within yourself. But the way that person doing it, you want to do it like that. You want to be consistent in that way.
Plain example, look at the last campaign. A lot of men, they in the faith of the Most High, but because that love did go, you know, men get a little dim at one point. So it just happen. Always remember to have a man looking up at you. Sometimes have a man that depending on you to say, boy, he's my, you know.
Hey, let's go. Hey, up, let me go. Yeah. You understand? That's motivator.
Can't be selfish out there, boy. When that space coming in your mind, can't be selfish. Study about the camera, study about Kalam, study about, you know.
Be a brother's keeper. Be a brother's keeper.
Study about Kwam. You know?
Yeah, and you reverse that. What did the Lord say? If you're going out to war and a man married, or a man have a new wife, or he have a new house or whatever, you don't go out to war because he's scared. Yeah, he fright because you well actually you know that spirit of fear is contagious. You know it's not spread through. You understand? So what we saying is not just idle talk. It's spiritual. It's spiritual. Remember, let's talk about a spirit. A spirit is a vibration. We all walking in that same vibration. And this vibration is the vibration of the kingdom of heaven.
A vibration of victory. You know, fitting for this time to become
That's a topic.
In that time right now, Feast of Purim, you know, which commemorates what victory that we had.
Over here, man,
over that wicked sea that desire to have us slain as a people going back in the Medo-Persian Empire. So we had a same victory mindset towards facing this devil today in these times.
Yeah, you can't think of yourself as lost.
You can't be afraid of
what is it they say? Well, he that go to this dam, but I might not be a man of the Lord. I might make it. You know, rebuke them spirits by them spirits.
Scripture said double-minded man.
It's unstable in all his ways. I went into the word way. And I was studying the word way, right? I got this word, the word way, and it said, talk about, it's not the word way, it's the next word. But I talk about teeter-tottering, right? Like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, back and forth. It's not way. It's not way back. That it might be meaning a way back to back. It might be the same word. Right? But I was not studying the word way today. I hate when I know something how it is in my mind. I do that literally today.
Nah,
When I study,
way and art.
I study, I do my back by next 2 weeks. I can't say the same as the one.
Air. Let me get that for you. You can speak in the meantime.
I just want to read it. I can read some more down. This is Judah chapter 8 and verse 25 continuing. Moreover, let us give thanks to the Lord Yahweh, our power, which trieth us, even as he did our fathers. Remember what things he did to Abraham, and how he tried Isaac, and what happened to Jacob in Mesopotamia of Syria, when he kept the sheep of Laban his mother's brother. For he had not tried us in the fire as he did them, for the examination of their hearts. Neither had he taken vengeance on us, but the Lord Yahweh doeth scourge them that come near unto him, to admonish them.
Yeah, because when you think about we as a people, we are people full of faith, hope, and if it is love, and if it is we supposed to be one step over the two things. We just say, you know, because we understand the truth. We supposed to have that full of that faith and that understanding. You're walking with that belief, that faith, that hope, you know. So we feel with that on a daily basis. That's right. Never so we lacking on that. And people watch on the other like, sometimes what's you right?
It's a perfect love giant without fear.
When people see that kind of someone, it's supposed to be like the scripture say, a light on
God.
Everybody want that kind of God. This what it make me so think about.
God.
The one to follow.
That vibration.
Alright, the word air, Strong's H8582, out, to air, to wander, to go astray, to stagger, right? To wonder about physically, of intoxication, of sin, ethically. 4, wandering of mind, to be made to wander about, to stagger, to be led astray, ethically, right? 3, to cause the air, mislead mentally or morally. That's what I was talking about too. When them thoughts come into your head, remember the elder Apostle Aram, he helped Apostle Aram with the Ban Shapat, Ban Dimash, right? Ban Shapat, I think is his name, right? He had done the video and he said, these thoughts are we fighting, right? It's not our thoughts. You're hearing their voices in your head, the voice in your head, in your voice, but it's not your thoughts, it's demons. It's demonic thoughts, right?
It have a certain time, I go be sleeping. and literally you're sleeping and a fucking voice talking in your fucking head and you're sleeping. It's like conversations happening while you're sleeping. You wake up and the conversation and all.
What I come to even realize too, that when you wake up, if you feel like your brain, it can actually feel like a spirit hole in your brain. It's like a heat, it's like a pressure, it's a heaviness. You wake up out of it. So sometimes you really dreams and my way of thinking, I kind of hold the trend. I see what is common. So I see what right here we see when this attack comes, this is what happened. So you know that, hey, don't even take that dream on. Don't even take that voice on because that voice is true. Right? It's not according to the scripture, according to the spirit.
I can always remember about three or four atonements back. That was one of the worst atonements I ever went through. I literally feel like I was going mad. Like something was holding my brain for no reason. And that was rocking my fucking brain open and up. So like just trying to send me fucking mad.
And you see when they get that, I get that too. When they get that and they can't sleep, they have no rest. When they come at you like that and they have no rest. So now, when they check now physically, it starts to act on your body, body temple. Your pressure does go up, right? Just be agitated, just be angry. There's a lot of things. If you have a family, you're taking it out on your family. There's a lot of things you're going through. But we fight it. The scripture says, strive for the truth until death. The scripture says, you have not yet visited unto blood. This is the fight. This is the fight that we have to fight to enter into that kingdom.
Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Part of the armor is wisdom, right?
Shall be the stability
of thy time, Isaiah 33 and verse 6. Because here what the strong definition for air, primitive root of a city, forget that word. Too much of my talk to say right now, right? Which means that it's a real or straight, right? Also positive or both cause to go astray. Receive the symbol, right? To pan, seduce in spirits, right? To make the stagger, to wander, to be out of the way. Which the way is Yahweh Shai. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man can go to the Father. But understand this, the elect, right? The elect as the bride of Yahweh Shai, they're going to be presented when they go to the marriage ceremony, right? They may have the father of the bride, of the groom, and the mother. You have to present to one another parents. This is my in-laws because religion is a contract between families and an expansion of the family. This is my father-in-law. So we are now family by law. It's a coming together, right? It's a union of families. Marriage is not something simple. This is the scripture said we live in an adulterous generation. So even with how we're dealing here now, understand you're walking. If your walk is too carnal, if it's not enough, like we have to say, it's more spirit, less flesh. Find the statement in the Hebrew for me. Rab Rakah, which Rab is more, Rakah is spirit, less, really less. Yeah, lesser and flesh. Right?
basically mortify the flesh.
Mortify the flesh. Right? Mortify the flesh because
Ma'ait Basha.
Ma'ait Basha is the flesh. You understand? Ma'ait Basha. Right? More spirit, less flesh. More of the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai, what the scripture says, Yahweh Shai is going to present the elect to his Father. No man can go to the Father but through me. Why are you going to the Father? You have to be presented to
Come like you're girl, right?
Yeah.
And you really love, you know you never carry no bitch home to your parents. To your mother, your father. You hate that shit, but how did one girl, but you bring it home to show your papi, hey pops. They guys eat it though.
Yeah.
We are trying with that.
Look them.
Elect is we got that break.
They went
after
to the fire.
the get we fire.
Yeah.
They went to the fire downstairs and they don't bring it down and say, hey.
They hold fast. They hold fast by daddy boy. Watch them. Them is the men of quality boy. Them is the men that was refined. Right? Come out with the garments white. Them is the men who come out with the garments unspotted. You understand?
And you're walking in order.
Yeah.
Walking in
one by one. He was before him. He was before him. He was before him. You understand? This is who Ezra saw in 2nd Ezra 13. Who are they? They are those that stood stiffly for the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Right? That didn't bow the knee to Satan, to the devil. You understand? Hey, I remember that, hey, there's a high possibility that we may have to get our heads chopped off for this truth.
That's right.
But the thing is that we know that death is just a sting. Satan push your hand and forget your place.
You see what you saw me tomorrow, right? We're going to do the first ever hydrogen death with an inmate tomorrow.
Where?
Because we're up and they tried to give him the lethal injection, but they couldn't find the vein. So they postponed it. So he come out with a new idea. You know what? We're going to administer hydrogen to this motherfucker and kill him. That's the first death ever they're going to do tomorrow.
Nice torture.
Hydrogen.
This man is death and is assault. Because what they're going to do, right? What they're going to do when they inject that, that's going to chemically bond.
They're going to pass away if they don't fucking pour the hydrogen.
Yeah, pour the hydrogen. Hydrogen, it's like that's suffocated. Because they would hypoxia, they're gonna bond with the oxygen and the hydrogen molecule. Suffocate. So the lungs go filled with that kind of water where they can't fucking. He's so wicked, boy. He's so wicked, boy.
Like drunken.
And is that Jake the one kill?
Hydrogen is here, right?
Hydrogen, where's water? 2 hydrogen, H2O. No, 1 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen is what? Hydrogen peroxide.
The gas form hitting it.
But they're not flammable. Not highly flammable.
Well, it's not a matter of being flammable because it's going to have no trigger catalyst, but it's going to burn molecularly. Like chlorine gas. If you have a chlorine gas, if you're working amongst chlorine gas, you have to wear the proper PPE, you have to wear that mask. Because what chlorine does, you have no time to repent for chlorine. You walk in, you bust that door, what it's going to do is going to blast at you. And what chlorine is going to do, when you take that's it, you're dead. Because it's going to go and it's going to burn with all the oxygen molecules. So even though you do it, you're not getting any oxygen. You'll be breathing in and out, but you're not getting oxygen and you will suffocate.
If you want to be a good kind of poly, just do chlorine and some ammonia.
Yeah.
Place over your face.
Wait, it doesn't make chloroform.
Like chlorine.
Clorox and vinegar. Hydrogen peroxide.
You drink that.
Long my day, acid lines had a leak. Acid and chlorine was inside our room there.
Somebody get blast?
Was not walking, that was a run and he dead. When he walk in with a rag.
I can't do that.
And then,
So he knew.
he know the right thing, the wrong thing.
You can't do that. There's no hero. There can't be no hero for you, sir.
Military next one and rushing him.
You know you can suffer or you can suffer. That's what I'm thinking gets scored. What I'm thinking gets scored because even with chlorine, when I did it in the concentrate, right? Even when I went even high chloride. I just do the wrong thing too. I only talk, I still do the wrong thing. I have the proper PPE, I still do the wrong thing. But why does do? I would take my deep breath here, so wow, take my deep breath. Exercise it up. And I go in and I scoop out, to my breath, scoop out, close back. But what happened now, it was sitting in the area. So what happened now, that what I inhaled, there was something I inhaled, hypochlorite, not as deadly as the gas. But it's deadly as the gas, but you can do that shit and get away with it. Right? But what happens is that it will go in and you actually get tasting that, it will come to your sweat. You understand it? Inside of you. So, because what happens, you have pathogens entering your body through inhalation, infiltration, if you touch it, you know? You have a certain reprobate that was around saying, boy, when you touch things, you can touch it. Not osmosis. Osmosis is what you call it through plants. Right? They call it infiltration. Right? You can touch it, chemicals, or you can touch anything and it can come through your skin. you have something called a poultice, right? You can detox yourself. You can put chlorine. You can put castor oil in your navel, right? And you can wrap it. You can band it, put probably a gauze, and then band it with a wrap, and you can sleep with that for 24 hours, and that's going to draw out impurities or detox your body, right? That's just from touching your skin. You can put on certain things, like Epsom salt foot bath, right? That's going to draw out. Same way things can get drawn out, things can get put in, right? When you're working in the environment that I'm working in, if you don't wear the proper long sleeve on these different people, you can get sick from infiltration, different diseases, because what the aerosols that in the air going into your skins.
They say that when women make children now, my mother do that Epsom salt dip, but it's took over the warm Epsom salt and so they close back up the woman thing. That's the thing.
Yeah. So
try to tighten up down.
Yeah, so pathogens enter into inhalation, infiltration, and ingestion. You can eat or drink it, and that's how pathogens can enter. Anything can enter in these types of ways. Right? They have certain herbs. You can put herbs on your body, right? And ban it, and they will come in. They will roll. Huh? One that the world is one.
Yeah, that's Polynesia.
Yeah, that's a Polynesia.
That herbs are like living up to name.
And what?
Living up to name.
Yeah, we call it one of the world in Trinidad, and around the world is called it leaf of life. Miracle leaf. Leaf of life and miracle leaf. You understand? You can crush it up. You crush it up and use it as a poultice.
You ever eat it? Like
Eat
this?
it.
So it's like plum.
Yeah, have a citrus. Yeah. They have a kind
Oh,
of,
well, I said plum.
yeah, like a plum kind of stuff.
Like a green plum.
Like green plum.
Salt.
But I drink it as tea and thing.
It's Doc Monte. After this feast,
You have a virgin.
after this feast here, it's Doc Monte.
Don't worry.
After this feast, it's Doc Tiber.
Not the web.
Sorry, this duck you can eat.
Not the web.
Not the web.
Yellow duck.
It's a herb.
Dutchman's pipe.
You know about that?
Doc Tiber.
I had to take it. I would take it.
Once it's a clean man, I'll put my body. I did. Well, I told them I'm ready. So
I ordered one this big, right? That's what I said.
I know what you're doing.
I know too. Yeah.
you guys step up, man.
You want to go left fine? You hold fine right by the railing there, by the back. Right there, but when I pick my own sauce. Right? That's my side.
I promise someone here, I take all my fucking stomach. I go down there, come down there. I need sauce. When I eat, it's so high.
See, brother, I take it out straight out.
Well, you can't run from that this time.
I'll be real.
CB does hear that when he starting you off. When you're on a treatment, you start you off with a duck.
Yeah, good. In the beginning of the year, good to start this because we just finished last year. Good to start the year. Good to start the year, you know. We started off with our detox on.
Format too?
But that really fake.
Alright, so with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
the blood of our apostles and elders, our great ministers, our teachers, and citation to the elect, brethren in this work. In truth and sincerity, for the focus, they find this skin and light to do so. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
Hey, go on, man.